Hello and welcome to the Business Whisperer podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Adeela and the Global Business Whisperer. If you are wondering how to create a life in business that is intuitive, authentic, and successful, that is exactly what we are here to help you do each and every week, where we bring you episodes, interviews, tools, tips, everything that you are looking for to help you realize that the most important ingredient in your business is you, and listening to the whispers of your intuition, your gut instinct. It has helped me create a business beyond my wildest dreams, and I'm here to now help you do the same. So if you are ready to download some of this business whispering magic into your life and business, stay tuned because you're in the right place. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Business Whisperer podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Adeela and I'm really excited to be here today. I'm actually going through my phone and reading the testimonials from the last round of the Wealth Whispering program. We have just about finished. We're in the final stages of the 2023 Wealth Whispering program coming to an end. And I wanted to talk about what it actually is, and more importantly, how it works. Because I know it can seem very hard to comprehend or understand, especially for those of you who maybe you've done a lot of energetic work. Maybe you've been working on yourself, your money mindset, your money goals, changing your financial reality for months or years, even decades, like some of the participants in this program. Why is it that this one works? Why is it that it works so quickly? And why is it that the results are astonishing, even for myself, across every area of your life, not just wealth and your bank account, your bank balance, but some of the changes that people have been asking for across every area of their life for years, they have received through this program. So I'm talking about changes with their family, being able to stand up and have a voice, being able to feel empowered in their relationships, in their business, making changes, letting go of the old identity. And this is crucial. The identity that we have, and we've spent a lifetime to get to where we are today, right? Literally, our life culminates at today. Tomorrow is the future. It has not yet been created. But we don't use that opportunity a lot. It's not like we're actively waking up every day for most of us and saying, what am I going to create today, and who and what am I creating myself, my reality, and my future as? And that goes hand in hand with no longer being or identifying with the traumas, with the experiences, with the limitations, with the way of thinking that has got you to where you are today. And even if we can grasp that concept cognitively, it's quite difficult to do at all levels of mind, body, and energy, because we are creatures of habit. We are creatures of neurology and physiology. And a lot of the things that make us us are actually embedded in our physical reality as well as in our subconscious mind. And when things are going great, when we're feeling good, when we're feeling aligned with our life, it's much easier to be in creative mode. But when things are not going great, or when we are operating at default, which a lot of us are a lot of the time, all of these things that we have become entrained to, our subconscious mind, our subconscious thoughts, our subconscious beliefs, our past experiences, our past reality with family, with money, with health, with happiness, with relationship, that is what is running the show, and that is what is creating our experience. So until and unless you become an active creator and participant in your life, minute by minute, that is the goal. And that is what a lot of us have been working towards. But until that becomes the majority of our time or the majority of our day, the rest of the time we're actually on autopilot. And then the times we're not on autopilot, we might actually be even in the opposite of creating, which we might be in fight or flight or freeze or stagnation mode, because we have been triggered into a response. We've had that same fight that we have with our spouse every day. We've had another big unexpected bill. We're wondering how we're going to change this reality we've been experiencing for the last 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. Even though we really want to create a different future, we don't know how that can possibly happen. And you go into stagnation. You go into feeling so limited by the life that you have and by looking around and trying to think your way out of it, trying to physically act your way out of it, even energetically trying to get to a different place energetically, clearing and healing and meditating your way out of it. But it's hard. And I don't say all this to be doom and gloom. I'm not saying this because I don't empathize and resonate and understand, and I haven't been there myself. I'm saying all this because over the last few years, the Wealth Whispering program, the Wealth Whispering energy, I feel like has really given me the golden ticket in understanding and embodying. This is what I'd like you to pay attention to. I don't think that you don't know this stuff, because I knew this stuff. You know this stuff. We've heard this stuff. We've read this stuff. We come across this stuff. For people who are interested in self-help, self-healing, personal development, meditation, energy, I'm not speaking to you about concepts you are not aware of. I'm not speaking to you about things you have not already tried. What I'm bringing to the table is, how do you become the embodiment of it? That's been the game changer for me and for, at this point, hundreds of other participants who've done the last 3 rounds of the Wealth Whispering program. And their lives have dramatically changed. Their health has dramatically changed. Their relationships have changed. Their businesses have changed. Their financial reality has completely transformed. And for me, I started this program and I started working with the Wealth Whispering energy and Goddess Lakshmi, who this program was channeled through, quite hesitant and not really that interested or sure as to how much more could change in my life, because I actually wasn't starting from a point where things were really dire. I've been in this industry and I've been doing this work for myself for many, many years, for over a decade now. And so I was actually at a place and a point where I was pretty happy with my life, happy with my business, happy with how things were going. I had my business and my core modalities, body whispering, business whispering, and baby whispering, and I had no cognitive intentions of needing to expand that brand or needing to add a wealth program, because that's not actually even the wording that I use. I focus on creating holistic and empowering business, but I had never made this shift into wealth embodiment. So when this program was downloaded, when it was channeled, when it came through, believe me, I was the biggest skeptic out of anyone else. And I started out by initially running a beta program because of the skepticism, because I just was not sure how much more it could possibly add to people who'd already been doing this work for years, and how it was different to the myriad of other wealth programs, energy programs, coding programs, activation programs, wealth downloads that we're hearing about, seeing about, and that are marketed to us. So believe me, I was skeptical. And so what has then happened over the last 2 years? We're now in the 3rd round of the program. We ran a beta program. We ran a 2022 program. We ran a 2023 program. That program is about to come to an end, and I'm about to launch or pre-launch the 2024 program, quite a few months out from 2024. And there's a reason for that I'll share shortly. But my goodness, not only did my life actually drastically change, who I am drastically changed. And that's the key here. When I spoke to you earlier, when I mentioned embodiment, it's not about changing a little bit. When we want to create drastic change in our life, when we want to create drastic change in any area, whether it's one area or probably all areas of your life, whether it's reaching your potential, whether it's being more empowered, whether it's feeling fulfilled, whether it's finally having the health, the wealth, the relationships, the happiness you've been searching for. If you actually think about what it is that you're trying to create and receive, it's not just a little bit of change. You actually want to have a completely different experience. That means you want to have a completely different life. And that actually also means that you are going to be a completely different person when you are experiencing that life. I think that's the part we don't think about. That's the embodiment piece that even I was cognitively missing, because we can't sit in meditation, sit in energetic classes, sit in all this clearing work to become altered in our energetic state, to become cleared in our energy and frequency, and then come back and expect to embody the same reality by being the same person with the same level of thinking and the same experiences that we have been having, the same belief system, the same expectation of how things work and how things are created and what the future will be. That has been the game changer. So this embodiment piece is actually, have you realized and are you expecting to be a completely different person with a completely different reality? Yes or no? And if you haven't cottoned on to that and the importance of this embodiment piece, that to truly have the change you probably desire, the level of change that you desire for yourself and also for your family as a byproduct, for your community as a larger byproduct, for everyone and everything that you come into contact with, because you also become a catalyst for change then, actually requires you to be this person, this different person, living that life at that altered level of wealth, that altered level of health, that completely different level of self-belief, self-confidence, congruence, and believing and understanding and loving yourself and knowing you are the creator. That's you, but it's a different version of you. And when you are that person, you do not have the same belief systems. You do not have the same physical or energetic limitations. You literally have a different chemical structure. Your neurons fire in a different way. Different chemicals are released. You're not going into fight or flight mode over the same experiences or the same thoughts or the same things. Things do not trigger you, i.e. do not create a physiological response in your body in the same way. So that means you must be physically different to who you are, who you either are now or were in the past. You must be chemically different, and of course you are energetically different. And for me, how I've looked at this is I think you're energetically more aligned and more attuned with who you truly are. When I say that, I mean my belief system around us being beings that are connected spiritually to source, to oneness, that are here to have or discover our journey of consciousness while we are experiencing embodiment. We're here in a physical body and we are here to be creators. We are here to create. And no matter what belief system you come from, it's not exclusive. It doesn't exclude any belief systems. Whether you believe you are coming here to experience consciousness, whether you come from a religious background and you have religious beliefs, whether you are entirely spiritual, even if you have no beliefs and you are wondering what on earth is happening and why you are here, I think we can all believe and we all understand the concept of free will and free choice. We are here and we have choice in what we choose and what we create. And what we create is what creates our experiences, and our experiences put together is what creates this thing called life. We do it for long enough and then we go on to the next journey. And so that biggest thing for you to understand is this concept and understanding of free will creates you needing to be the thing that makes choices, the one that creates your identity, your experiences, and your future. For some reason, our default state has become to be passive in the creation of our own life, to be reactive to the external environment, the things that are happening to us, the way that people treat us. We talk about things like chance and luck and coincidence and having to put up with or having to create our future despite the things that are happening to us. No. Free will and embodiment is about the fact that you can, and in fact you must, in my belief, switch over from a passive participant in your life, from being reactive in your life, from feeling like life is happening to you and you therefore must react, to becoming the active creator in your life. Knowing that your relationships with others are a reflection of your relationship with yourself. The things that you experience in your life are an opportunity for you to use and exercise your creator source energy, for you to choose your response, for you to choose your next step, for you to choose how and if you will let that experience define you, and whether you will rise above and use it to feel even more empowered and powerful in your life and body, or disempowered. So got a little bit sidetracked there, but I want to bring you back to why this is all relevant to wealth whispering, because wealth whispering, all of the work that I do, body whispering, business whispering, it's about bringing that concept into the creation of your life, your body, your health, and your business. With wealth whispering, we don't have to work that hard because the program is designed and the activations are designed in a way where when we lie down to receive this energetic healing, these energetic upgrades and the activation within our very cells, within our molecular structure, within our energetic molecules that create our mind, our body, and our frequency, we are activated in that remembrance of who we are. We go back into creator state. We are supported in those activations and connected in those moments to source energy and to Goddess Lakshmi as our guide in that journey. And we experience the abundance that we are here to experience and to be. We experience the empowerment of knowing that we can, and we will experience the financial reality that we wish to, the fulfillment in our life that we wish to, the empowerment in our relationships that we wish to. And then the miraculous part that happens is, even though there's very little, if any, cognitive engagement in those activations, when we get up from those activations, and we move about our day and we continue in our life for that week, things change. Our experiences are different. Suddenly, the things that we had been seeking start to be drawn to us. And so we have the most amazing testimonials. I'm going to attach some of them to this podcast episode, and I'm going to share them because they talk about the things that are just so wonderful to read about. People being able to finally get the dream home that they've been waiting on and thought would be another 5 years in the future, receiving it now. People changing the health conditions, chronic health conditions that, even in my experience as a practitioner, one of the hardest things to move and change because there's so much dogma around that, changed. People who felt disempowered or stuck in particular dynamics and relationships for their entire lives, suddenly feeling free, feeling empowered, and feeling able to stand up for themselves and have the relationship that works for them, not just a relationship that works one way. Having immense levels of self-love and self-worth. And worthiness is an important concept here. Our levels of self-worth are actually deeply embedded into us and actually are very, very instrumental in helping us receive and create our lives. Because we will receive the level of whatever it is that you want in your life, money, love, success, that you feel worthy of, that you believe you are worthy of. And so this program and this energy transforms self-worth. And so all those things that felt so hard and so far away and like you were going to have to push yourself into creating that, suddenly your levels of self-worth rise, your self-love rises, your experience of you being part of the source energy and creator energy goes from the background to the foreground, to the forefront of your mind, your energy, and your experience. And suddenly these things seem to be coming so easily. Suddenly it's such an easy choice for you to choose those things that felt so difficult. Suddenly it's such an easy choice for you to know and understand how money can come to you with ease. All of these things are just the tip of the iceberg of what I can put words to how amazing this program is, this energy is, this remembrance is of who you are, and the way that these activations work in shortcutting that journey of having to remember that not only are you here to be a creator, but that is actually just a choice away. And being enveloped in this energy and having Goddess Lakshmi as your guide and having this group of people that are on this journey with you, where every fortnight we have these wealth activations. In between, we have our chat and our support group. We are having conversations about every area of life, of empowerment, of changing at a physical, energetic, molecular level. It is one of the greatest adventures that I'm so honored to be a part of every single time. And it's why we've had participants that have literally done all 3 rounds of the program at this point, and they're looking forward to joining the next one. So this is my invitation, and this was my way of inviting you to come and experience what Wealth Whispering is. And there's a few opportunities for you to do that. First of all, as I said, the 2024 Wealth Whispering program, we're already working with the energy and the guides to create not only a phenomenal program, but an amazing in-person retreat experience. And we are pre-launching that very early so that you can choose the payment plan option and put that in your diary and be willing to know and participate in this life-changing program from now. There's a bonus program that I'm including that actually starts in 2023 to help you prep and to get the most out of your 2024 program. And all of that information is below. And finally, I'm doing a free call about the physical expansion, the physical embodiment that will support your expansion into this greater wealth consciousness. This program is highly energetic, but it is not incongruent with us as physical beings. It is not just about energy. It is about how to bring that energetic experience into your physical experience. And one of the things that we must do is also work with our body as the vessel that is able to hold this greater wealth, to grow our capacity for holding and having wealth at a neurological level, a physiological level, a conscious and subconscious level, as well as in our energetic reality. So there is a call that you can join by clicking the link below. And if you have any questions about joining Wealth Whispering or want to understand more about this amazing energy or program, it would be my pleasure to share with you some of the information and testimonials that we have from this program. So I invite you to look into it. I invite you to ask if this is what you have been waiting for, what you have been looking for, what you have been searching for at a soul level. And especially if you are getting the nudge that Goddess Lakshmi is the guide for you to work with, that I am the facilitator for you to work with, that this is the program for you to join. Listen to those whispers and allow yourself to receive from the amazing power that is Wealth Whispering. Take care. And that wraps up another episode of the Business Whisperer podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. Your support means the world to me. Now, as always, if you found value in today's episode, do me a favor and share it with someone who you know would love this information, or leave us a review so you can help other people find this podcast too. Wishing you so much success ahead, and as always, remember, keep following the whispers.